Hey guys, Mike with Cardo, here to show you the all-new HJC Spirit, which was created in collaboration with HJC to answer the call for a perfect integration into their wide range of comm-ready helmets. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover everything, so stick around and check it out. So the HJC Spirit is a fully integrated Bluetooth communicator designed for select HJC helmets, meaning it makes use of the helmet's existing cavities for its installation, which I'll show you here in a minute. Now, as an intercom, this unit has a bike-to-bike range of up to 400 meters, about a quarter of a mile, and it can handle up to 2 riders, so that could be rider to passenger or from bike to bike. The HJC Spirit comes stock with our 40mm HD speakers, supports fully wireless over-the-air software updates, it has a 10-hour battery life with fast charge, an IP65 rating for protection against the elements, and it's all backed by a 2-year warranty. So we'll start by having a look at what comes in the kit. I'll then show you how to install it onto a couple different helmets, but also what to look for on a HJC helmet to ensure fitment. And finally, we'll go over how to set up and how to use the HJC Spirit. So let's go. In opening the box, first thing you'll see is the unit itself sitting just right there on top. And then below the blister are all the little bits that we'll use to put it inside the helmet. We'll check that out in a second. And one of the documents you'll see right away is this Start Here guide. Now this is important, shows you exactly how to get your phone paired up for the first time, and a QR code to go download the Cardo Connect app and activate your unit. Inside the bag, you'll find a set of 40mm HD speakers, a hybrid boom microphone used for open face and modular helmets, and a wired button mic for use on full face helmets, a variety of different adhesive-backed Velcro that we'll use for installing the speakers and the microphone, 2 speaker booster pads that can be used to bring the speakers closer to your ears if needed, 4 replacement Allen screws and the Allen wrench itself, a USB-C charging cable, and some cleaning wipes in case you need to clean things up a bit. All right, let's go over how to install this into the helmets. I'm going to be showing you on this ARFA 91 and this ARFA 72, but remember, any HJC with this kind of uniquely shaped side cover on the left side and this same cover on the rear will also be compatible. Start by removing the cover on the left side of the helmet. At the bottom there's a little tab. You can just push that towards the helmet, drop that down, and then around the back, you've got 2 little Allen screws here, so we're going to grab the Allen wrench that came with it and just back these out. And once you've got both of those out, just go ahead and pop that little cover off. And don't worry about the cover on the right side, we're not going to be over there. This helmet's got a neck liner, so we're going to remove that. And both cheek pads, let's just kind of get them out of the way, free things up a little bit. And then right over the ear on both sides, if your model has this little piece of material, just go ahead and pull that out to expose the speaker cavities. Okay, the helmet's all set, so let's grab the unit, and starting with the rear module, we're going to place that into that cavity in the rear of the helmet, making sure that you slip underneath the little rubber piece in the back. Once you've got it settled in, go ahead and fasten it in by returning those 2 Allen screws. We're done back there. Over to the left side of the helmet, we're going to take the button module and just kind of line these 3 tabs with the helmet itself. Kind of get it nice and flush, and then slide it upwards. You should get a pretty conclusive click, locking it in. Don't worry about any of the wires at this point. We're going to move on to the speakers. So get a hold of the circular Velcros, and we're going to place one in each of those speaker cavities that we exposed earlier. All right, time for the speakers, but before you put them in, be mindful that the one with the shorter wire goes on the right side of the helmet, the one with the longer wire is going to go on the left side. You're going to place those right on top of the Velcro you just put in, and be mindful to have that wire kind of go out towards the rear. Speakers are in, so I'm going to connect this 3.5mm speaker connector, and then I'm left over with this kind of big loop of wire, so I'm just going to run that up and over the headliner so that we can start hiding some of this wire, because when it's all said and done, we're not going to see anything. Moving on now to the inner part of the right side of the helmet, where if you have an open face or a modular helmet like this one, this is where you'll be mounting the hybrid boom microphone. Before you put any of the Velcro in, take the boom mic and just try to get an idea of how and where you're going to route the microphone, because on different model helmets that might look slightly different. I can tell on this one, I'm going to have to bring that bracket closer. I'll end up putting it right there and then channeling the boom mic down into that canal and out through the front. So for this, I'm going to be using just one of the 2 rectangular Velcros. Put that into place, and with my routing in mind, We'll stick that on, stay out of the way of the snap. And when we go to put the cheek pad back on, that's gonna hold everything in place real nice. One final thing, if you're gonna be using the hybrid mic, just make sure this little arrow is facing towards the direction of your mouth. Over to our full face model for a minute. We've got the unit installed, we've got the speakers in and connected to the system. Being that this is a full face, we can reach for the wired button mic. And for this, we just take the circular Velcro spacer, stick that in first, and then take the button mic with the wire coming out towards the bottom and stick that in right on top of it. From there, you can route it into this little channel, keep things nice and clean. Then just take that connector at the end, plug it into the system. Back to the modular, and we just need to hook up this microphone, and we're right there. Let's just get this thing back together. I'm starting on the left side, but that doesn't really matter. You could do whatever you'd like there. The key thing is just getting those wires tucked away to an area where you're not gonna feel them. They're totally out of the way. You don't need to worry about following the little predetermined wire routes that are found inside the helmet. They're just not needed. You wanna make sure you leave a little slack near the button module when you go to push that in. Final button, and that's it, we're done. At this point, regardless of which compatible helmet you have, once you have everything all buttoned up and put back together, it should look perfect. We shouldn't see any wires hanging out anywhere. Everything should be tucked away, nice and clean, zero discomfort, of course, and you're good to go. All right, now that we have it installed into the helmet, let's have a look at how to use it. The layout of the button module is designed for ease of use, but also solid tactile feedback. It's easy to find the center, and then you just go above that for volume up, below that for volume down. Up front is the audio button, to the rear is the intercom button, and sitting right there in the middle is the media button. Around back, you have a little LED status indicator. And then coming out of the rear module, which you would have seen during the installation, is the USB-C charging port. And you just tuck that away between charges. To turn the unit on, you're gonna push the intercom and audio buttons together. And to turn it off, you do the exact same thing, at which point it will read you the battery status.
Battery status, full.
Before going to use this unit for the very first time, you do need to make sure that you activate it, and you do that via the Cardo Connect app. In order to make that happen, you need to have a phone paired directly to the headset itself. Now, you can have up to 2 devices directly paired to the headset, and that could be a phone and another phone, that could be a phone and a GPS. Some may choose to just pair it directly to their TFT on the bike. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that the Cardo is in the correct pairing mode. I'll show you those now. To pair a mobile phone, just press and hold the media button down for about 5 seconds until you hear phone pairing.
Phone pairing.
Then just go to your phone's Bluetooth settings, and when you see the HJC Spirit show up, go ahead and select it.
Phone connected.
Now, if you wanted to pair with an additional phone or a different device altogether, you start by doing the same thing. Press and hold for 5 seconds.
Phone pairing.
Phone pairing, and now as we tap the media button, we'll enter into different pairing modes.
GPS pairing.
GPS pairing, this is the mode you want to be in for pairing with standalone third-party GPS systems.
Bike pairing.
Bike pairing, if you're going to be pairing directly to the bike, if the bike has that capability. And finally,
second phone pairing.
Second phone pairing, if you're going to be pairing a second mobile phone directly to the headset. Now, if for some reason you find yourself in this mode and you didn't want to be there or you did it by accident, you can cancel the pairing by just pressing and holding the media button for about 5 seconds.
Pairing failed.
We're back to standby. Now that we have our phone paired, activating the unit is pretty straightforward. We're just going to open the Cardo Connect app and wait for it to identify the unit.
Activation required. Please use the Cardo Connect app to activate the unit.
There we go, HJC Spirit, and right down there at the bottom we see activate now, so let's go ahead and do it.
Unit activated.
Boom, activated. On the next screen, we're gonna see the option to name your unit. It's always a good idea to do that. And we then have the option to select our language, and then on the next screen after this, if there's a software update available, we'll be asked if we wanna do it. It's always a good idea to keep your unit up to date and with the current software. So let's see what's going on. Nope, we're all good to go. And there we are. For the first time, we see the home screen. All right, let's have a look at some of the main functionality. To control the overall volume of the system, you'll use the volume up and volume down buttons, with each click giving an increment of volume. That's volume up, volume down. Now, you have the ability to mute just your microphone on this, which is really helpful when you'd still like to be able to hear the other party, but you don't want anything coming from your microphone going to them. In order to do that, it's a 2-second hold on the volume down button. Okay, that mic is now muted, nothing's going out. Do the same thing to bring it back to life. And finally, you can pull open your phone's voice assistant, whether it's an iOS or Android, by doing a 2-second hold of the media button. There we go. Talk to it just like you normally would. Doing the same thing makes it go away. In most cases, your phone's voice assistant is the best way to make an outgoing phone call, but there's other things you can do directly from the headset. For example, if I was getting a phone call right now, I could ignore it by tapping the volume down button, or I could answer it by tapping the audio button. Once I was on the call, if I tap the audio button one more time, that would end it, and you can redial your last number by tapping the media button 3 times. You can also set up a speed dial number, and for that, we go to the app. In the phone section at the very top is our slot to put a speed dial, so we'll hit set. We'll look up the contact we want to put there, select them, and hit set. And that's now our saved speed dial number. And once we have that saved, I can trigger the speed dial number anytime by just double tapping the media button. One last thing with regard to phone calls, if you're using the unit's built-in intercom and you receive a phone call, then that phone call is just between you and the caller. But you do have the option, if you'd like to merge that phone call with the intercom. You do that by pressing and holding the volume up button for 2 seconds. Doing the exact same thing again would return the call to just you and the person on the phone. Streaming music from your phone or another connected media device to the helmet is pretty straightforward. Here's how to control it. And we don't need the app open or even at all in order to make that happen. I just have it here so that you can kind of see what's going on inside the helmet. To start the music, you tap the audio button 1 time. And you tap it again to skip forward. Skip again. Tap the rear button to go backwards. And you tap the media button in the middle to stop the music. Now, you have the option to share your music with a passenger, and in order to do that, we need to head over to the intercom page and make sure that the person you intend to share your music with is paired up with you on that Rider A channel. That's the case here, so let's go back to music. We're all set, and from here, I can start and stop music share by doing a 2-second hold on the volume up button, or I can tap this little music share icon.
Sharing music.
There we go. Now let's take a look at the intercom side of things. The HJC Spirit is a 2-person communication system, which means it enables up to 2 riders to have a Bluetooth intercom conversation at a bike-to-bike range of up to 400 meters, which is about 1/4 of a mile. Here's how to set it up. So we have this phone paired with this HJC Spirit, and if I go to the intercom page, you're going to see an open channel for a Bluetooth intercom pairing. Now this can be used to pair up with another HJC Spirit, like we're going to do here. This can be used to pair up with another Cardo, or it could be used to pair up with another brand altogether. The good news on your side is that the pairing process and the operation of the intercom remains the same no matter what, so it doesn't matter. To get into pairing mode, since I have the app open for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and select pair.
Rider A pairing.
And for the other unit, we don't have a phone paired to it, no big deal. To manually enter intercom pairing mode, just press and hold the intercom button for about 5 seconds. And we wait for them to pair up.
Rider A ready.
Okay, we see the slot is now full with Rider A. I can open and close the intercom by just selecting the intercom. The intercom is now open. Tap it again. They're no longer talking with each other. And of course, I can also use the buttons. I can do a 2-second hold on the intercom button. To do the same thing, intercom is now open. And just because the intercom was opened on this one doesn't mean this one doesn't have control. Both units can open or close the intercom at any time. So I'll do a 2-second hold on this to close it. Intercom is closed. And finally, if for some reason you just need to reset your unit, you can reboot it by pressing and holding the intercom and audio button together for about 10 seconds, or until you see the LED stop flashing, at which point just let go of the buttons, it'll power back up and you're good to go. Or you can reset the unit back to factory settings by pressing and holding all 3 buttons for about 5 seconds or until you see a purple LED. Doing so removes any Bluetooth and intercom pairings that you might have had. It will, however, keep the latest software version. And that's it. Don't forget to follow our channels and check out our website for more information. Thanks for watching. See you next time.